Hello everybody, hello, and welcome. We are going to be taking a look at the Microsoft Xbox whatever developer showcase. This is not live. Well, I'm live right now, but the showcase is not live. It happened, I think just like a couple hours ago. Unfortunately, I was busy, so I wasn't able to live react to it. I've tried to not be spoiled, but I do know that they're going to be showing Doom stuff. The new Doom. I think it's called the Dark Age. Doom the Dark Age, which is like medieval Doom. And I think they are also showing a new Ninja Gaiden. On top of that, I don't know. I don't know anything else. We'll probably see some, I would guess we'll probably see like some, maybe some Avowed stuff because that's about to come out. Probably some sort of like racing game, you know, Forza, something along those lines. But yeah, I think we have everything set up. This is going to be a short little stream where we, you know, take a look at this. And then I'll probably end this stream and we'll start another stream shortly thereafter where we continue playing through Fallout 4 DLC. Hopefully we can finish up Far Harbor here. But let's time travel a little bit. Hello, Levi. You are indeed first. Time travel. And here we go. Let's take a look. See what stuff they're showing off. Very excited about the new Doom, obviously. I'm a very big Doom fan. All games are available day one with Game Pass. Very exciting. All games support Xbox Play Anywhere and cloud gaming. Okay, sure. Sounds good. What you got, Xbox? Hi, Animal. What have you got for us? I'm already sold on Doom. I don't really even need to see more of it. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but I'm already sold on it. It's a day one purchase for me. Oh, baby. They're starting off hot and heavy with Doom. Oh, only 4 games. Okay. Oh, they're showing that that really cool looking one from with the black chick that's like kind of voodoo related. I'm sure you can bargain with them, Animal. I can see. I totally forgot what that game is called, but it looks cool. Compulsion Games, yeah, that's the one. Oh, they got something loading, so I guess that's gonna be the that's gonna be Ninja Gaiden probably. South of Midnight? Is that what it was called? It's like South of something. It's gonna drive me crazy not remembering the name of that one. Oh yeah, Team Ninja. Ninja Gaiden. I've never finished one of these games. I played like a bunch of them as a kid, but these are like the original Dark Souls, dude. These games are so hard.
今日は皆様にジム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですがこちらをご覧ください。
Oh baby, this is gonna be new Ninja Gaiden.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a soul ninja.
The Soul Ninja.
However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Oh no,
Infiltrated
he's
the
hot.
facility. Commencing mission.
Did Platinum always work on Ninja Gaiden? This looks like Ninja Gaiden, alright. It indeed is looking like Ninja Gaiden. I'm having PTSD to getting my ass kicked as a child. Dude, I died. We're talking probably hundreds, if not thousands of times as a kid on like Ninja Gaiden Black. Like, I've never even came close to beating one of these games. I've never played one as an adult, though. It definitely seems like my type of shit now, though. In a post-Souls game, like, era, you know? It looks fucking good. It looks really good. That's a big-ass sword, bro.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Is that a fucking Odachi you got?
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
There's Ryu. I was like, are we just playing as this twink fanboy?
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Oh, he combines both of his swords into a big sword. That's kind of sick.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、
You guys probably can't read this
最
very
新作
well.
として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で
It's a collaboration between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. I will translate for you
プラ
guys.
チナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、
Platinum are the
ニア
GOAT.
オートマタなど素晴らしい
They
アクショ
made
ンタイトルを
bangers
生み
like
出してこら
Bayonetta
れま
and
した。
Nier Automata.
忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様
Ninja
にお
Gaiden's
届けするにあた
back after a
り
decade.
より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただける
And
よう
Yakumo
新たな
is
世
the
界
new
を新
guy.
主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。
It's gonna be an immersive new protagonist.
先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中でリュウ・ハヤブサも
It
登
also
場
has
しておりましたが、彼は今回
The
の
goat
物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、リュウ・ハヤブサが戦う目的
He's
は
gonna
何
have
なのか、
beef
本作
with
の物語
Yakumo.
の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
It's gonna be a Last of Us 2 situation.
黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞
Takes
台
place in
となっています。
Tokyo. There's a bunch of brain
この
rot.
雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り
The Dark
東京
Dragon
に
is
安寧は
alive.
訪れません。
Peace will not return to Tokyo until the rain stops.
今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが
is from the
首都
Raven
東京
clan.
で黒竜を倒し、この
And
世
he's
界を晴らす
beefing
ため
with the
戦いに身を
Hayabusa
投じま
clan.
す。
He's trying to kill Dark Dragon.
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は
We're
継承し
making the game
そこ
hard
に
as
さらに
fuck.
危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより
Even the
混沌とした景観
environment
のデ
is
ザインを
gonna
取り入れています
try and fuck you up.
ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの
This
影
is
響を
Ninja
受け
Gaiden 4.
ビルは崩れ道は歪み
They're gonna have platforming sequences where the city is falling apart.
とある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し
City's been fucked up.
ヤクモと敵対する勢力
Now
が
it's flooded with
ひしめき合
bad
う状態
guys.
になっており環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じ
The
られ
whole
るは
world's
ずで
gonna
す
try and beat your ass.
前作より
Oh my god, his big sword is so big. There's still the parkour, still all the ninja shit. They should really hire me to translate.
ダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました
A lot of
これら以外に
platforming
も様々な
sequences
シチュエーションやチャレン
where you
ジ
can get your
隠
ass
されたアイテムなどを用意
killed.
しておりステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います
There's also hidden secrets.
新しい主人公のヤクモは
Yakumo is following in Ryu's footsteps. He's young, but he's a genius ninja. And he's repping the Raven Clan. And he's possibly the next generation of ninja. He looks fucking cool. They're gonna have to beef with the Divine Dragon Order and a bunch of demons. Fiends come back. Just a whole lot of people gonna try and beat your ass. Game's gonna be really hard. It's gonna make you rage. There's gonna be some returning characters as well. It's gonna be faster than past games. Fast as fuck, boy, I believe he said exactly. He can use Bloodbind, Nujitsu, Nue style, which allows him to beat the shit out of a bunch of people at the same time. As insta-kill attacks never before seen. Looks pretty sick. They can reverse the tide of battle very quickly. They're very powerful. Of course, there's also boss fights, 1v1s. The enemy will also parry, guard, and attack. Pretty standard stuff. You gotta learn their timings and their combos. The Nue style adds a new mechanic, though, with the insta-kill attacks.
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、
We want it to feel
会社の垣根を
balanced,
越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。
but also
本
beat
作
your
の主
ass.
人公であるヤクモは、竜とは一味違うアクションを有していま
The
す
new
が、
guy will fight
その中
differently
で
than
もしっ
Ryu,
かりと忍者ガイ
but
デ
the
ンらしさ
action
を
will
感
be
じていただけ
similar
ると
enough
思い
if
ます。
you're a fan of the series.
例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点が
What distinguishes him is his Raven and Nue style.
多彩な性能のアクションを用いて
It looks really cool, not just because I love black and red shit,
攻略の深み
but also because I love black and red and big swords, and it
熱意
has
など
all
を
of
絡
that.
めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
They have a bunch of obliteration tactics from the past games as well, but both of them are going to fight differently. Yeah, it looks fucking good, man. Looks very good. Both characters can do a bunch of the legacy abilities, but there's going to be a lot more as well. Looks really good. Maybe I should play through all the Ninja Gaiden games up to this. That would be fun. Because I've never managed to beat one. Game's gonna be faster and harder because they have platinum, and it's gonna be a true sequel. It's gonna be fair, engaging combat experience where they feel the thrill of battling relentless enemies. They can't wait for us to get our hands on it. Good for newcomers and fans of the series.
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン
They've been
4の開
working
発
on
を
it
進め
like
てきましたが
ninjas for a
つい
long
に発
time.
表することができて非常に
They're
嬉しく思
happy
い
to
ます
share it with us.
2025年秋に本作を皆様に
Fall
お
of
届けできるのを楽しみにしていま
2025 release
す
date.
続報にもぜひご期待ください
Yet another 2025 game. Exactly what we need. Woo! Oh, baby.
さて
We don't
本
have
日お
enough
伝えしたい
games.
発表はそれだけではありま
One
せん
more thing that they're
こちら
excited
を
to
ご覧くだ
announce.
さい
Take a look. Uh-oh. A remaster of the past games would be sick. I'd love to play them. Maybe that's what this is. This might indeed be what that is. It certainly looks like it. Hopefully it's a collection of all of them.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
It's been so long since I played these games. Yeah, they definitely have like the fixed camera angle that the old games had. So I'm gonna guess it is a remaster. Man, we're gonna have to play through all of these up to the new one.
Go back to hell.
And I'm gonna get my ass whooped. These fights look sick though. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Okay, so it's just the second one.
Ninja Gaiden 2のオリジナル版は2008
Ninja Gaiden first came out to the 360 in 2008. I see Weaver.
スピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。
People really dug it.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black ではオリジナル版
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is going to be the definitive version of the game,
グラフィックを大幅に刷新。
but they've
Ninja Gaiden 2
revamped the
の完全版と
graphics
し
in
て
Unreal
開発いたし
5.
ました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、
In addition to new visuals, they can enjoy playing Ayane, Momiji, and Rachel, along with
そして
Ryu.
本作は本日コンソール PC
You
そ
can
して
download it
Xbox ゲームパスでこの後
today.
すぐに発売となります。
Oh, what a
忍者ガイデン
surprise!
シリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日
Well, I
忍
can't
者
start
ガ
on
イデンを知って
Ninja
いただい
Gaiden
た
2.
皆様も忍者
Gonna
ガイ
have
デ
to
ン
play
4
the
の
first
発売
one.
前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
Okay.
今年はチーム忍者創立30周
The
年の節目
30th
であり、
anniversary.
本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め
It will be the year
2025
of the
年は忍者
ninja.
の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
I mean, it looks fucking sick. It's got black and red big sword. That's really all I need, I'll be honest. Hard game. People love watching me just hate my life. People love watching me rage, so I'm sure you guys could enjoy that as well when we play it. Thank God I don't have to translate now. This game looks pretty cool from what we last saw of it. It was like a stop motion aesthetic.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape.
Oh, it's the We Happy Few
to shape
people?
mood, drama,
I didn't know
and
that.
intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to
It always
explore
looks like it's
Southern Gothic
lagging
themes with a
because it
dark
has like
fantasy
that
twist.
stop motion animation.
So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It just looks like it's lagging. It's so weird, like the jank animations. I don't know. Maybe you'll get used to it when you play the game.
Picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
She got some crazy
Mama.
hair.
Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right
She
now.
looks like an
I'm
alien.
just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might
Look
need
at her
some
eyeballs.
help. I might need some help.
Looks like a damn
While you're
lizard.
out helping everybody else.
Hazel.
Well,
Hazel may start her journey as a typical
she's
19-year-old,
pretty.
but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where
Doesn't look
she'll
too
learn who
much
she
like
really
her, I'll
is,
be honest.
and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
The DEI gamers out there are really not gonna like this one, guys.
Strands and stigmas in the world.
I can see the comments
Through her
already.
newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends
I can
the
see it
afflicted
already.
creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
Yeah, see, the animation style is so weird, dude.
Would you kindly do your
It's like 12 FPS or something. Like it's stop
Meeting
motion.
Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, two weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects,
Interesting.
and confront adversaries.
So she can like craft stuff out of
Combat
thin
is
air,
about
kind of.
understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
Kind of a cool mechanic.
These Aints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
This is the Microsoft
Each
showcase.
Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos.
I mean, the combat looks pretty generic. I'm not really seeing anything too
But
interesting
close
here
combat
as
is
of
risky
yet.
and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the
Looks
upper
pretty
hand in
like
combat.
standard action game.
Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start
They
melee
seem like
combos,
very tanky.
push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of
They seem
opponents
just
at the
very,
same
very
time.
tanky. I wonder if they're
Once near
still
death,
playing.
enemies can be unraveled,
If they're playing on a
breaking
harder
their core
difficulty
and
or
setting
something.
them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize.
50
The upgrades will change
floofs?
how you approach combat, like
Did that
enhancing
just say
area of attack.
floofs? Is their currency called floof? This upgrade costs 50 floofs. Okay. I'll be interested to see how they deliver that piece of information in the story without it not sounding extremely silly.
The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing
Not
area of
souls
attacks,
or anything
refining
like
push and
normal
pull skills to improve
floofs.
precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining
combat looks
attacks,
okay.
landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place
You look
old
like a
Molly
floof, so
terrorized and
true,
more,
so real,
down for
Mike.
the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled
Hi,
by
Sean.
a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history.
That is
You'll
some
gradually
Sims type
uncover
shit.
the backstories of these beings. Once
I mean, I
human
really
or
like the
animal,
designs,
who were transformed
and the
by
world seems
tragedy.
pretty interesting.
Their secrets waiting to be discovered.
The animation style
As a weaver,
is,
Hazel
I
heals
don't know,
these
I'm not
creatures
sold
by
on it.
collecting fragments of
The
haunted
stop
memories.
motion style is kind of
We
weird.
call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment
combat looks
to
pretty
unique
okay.
music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters
I'm not too
lead to direct
interested
combat,
in the
Hazel
combat.
will need to face mythical
It looks
creatures
alright.
in epic confrontation before she can heal them.
Take care, Sean.
Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic.
I mean, the
These
bosses'
encounters feature
designs are
multiple
really
phases
cool.
that ramp up in complexity.
These look really cool.
As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up. cranking
Yeah, I think the
tension
music is going to be
alongside
fire in this game.
Whether it's Two-Toed Tom, or hugging Molly. Each of these larger-than-life
looks
creatures
really cool.
is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
Yeah, the Ninja Gaiden looks really good.
Long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Saturn-inspired
Just such weird
landscapes.
animation.
From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South,
Visually, the game looks
decaying
pretty cool,
buildings
though.
reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The
I already
history,
know the
landscape,
DEI
and folklore
gamers
of
are
the
gonna
American
hate
Deep
this.
South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with
God
thoughtful
damn it.
details and environmental storytelling.
Look how many
like our
women are
bottle
working
trees
on
and
this
root
game.
porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits.
So
The way
many,
the
they're
past
showing so
emerges as
many
central
women.
themes, which you can see through old
And I
abandoned
gotta play
buildings
as
and
a
businesses
black
struggling to
woman?
survive.
Oh man,
As you
woke,
explore,
trash,
you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in
DEI.
the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this
I
time,
didn't even
we're
know
using a handcrafted approach
Compulsion,
inspired by stop
who they
motion
were, what they
animation,
worked on before.
which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character.
Yeah, the stop
Because
motion
this
thing's
folklore
weird.
is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their
He's
stories,
cute.
to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We're lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality.
They're smart saving
We
Doom
hope you
for the
enjoyed
end.
this deep dive into South of Midnight.
They're very
We're thrilled
smart.
to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
April? Okay, we finally have one game in April. I think that's our first April release. We have a bunch of stuff at the end of March, like Atomfall and something else on like the 27th of March. I'll be in Japan when that comes out, so I won't be able to play that one. Might have to play it after. Banger music. Yeah, I can see the Witcher vibes.
Bonjour, everyone.
Oh,
We
no, they're
are
French.
Sunfall Interactive, and welcome to our manor.
Poor guys. I feel
We
so
are a
bad for
small
their speech
studio
impediment.
based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33.
Oh, it's this! Wait.
It's a turn-based RPG
I'm sorry I made fun
set
of
in the
them.
fantasy version of late 19th century.
This game
Belle
actually
Époque
looked
France.
really cool from the trailer.
Our grand adventure in game development
I'm
actually
locking
started
in.
as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refresh the genre with new features.
This
and
game
to
looks
place in a
really
compelling world.
fucking good, man.
I knew I needed help to realize my dream.
I'm excited
First,
to see
I
more
turned to
about
a
it.
programmer
Because
I
what
knew
they
would get it.
showed in that first trailer was
You
like
and I started trading ideas
really
right
good.
away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features.
Yeah, it's very
We felt we had
Persona-y.
something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend.
This is
from
their first
university.
game, which is kind of crazy.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth.
Yeah, I want to know
Gameplay
more about that.
innovates on the classics
The
we love.
combat looks cool. It's like all they've shown.
And a world that is completely original,
The world looks
beautiful,
cool.
and immersive. We founded Sunfall Interactive on these tenets. A group
The
of
graphics
friends
look
with a
insane.
shared vision and the
But
drive
what's
to
the
make
story?
something great.
Is it like an actual RPG? Is there decisions or?
Legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased.
Oh,
every year
shit.
that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Wait, that's kind of sick, actually. I really like that premise.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
That's a really
Guillaume
interesting
and I knew early on
prospect.
that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
Soundtrack is crazy.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
Everyone's
the heart
hot.
of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief.
They're
And
also hot.
It's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living
This
longer.
looks significantly further along than the other games that they've been showing. This looks pretty far along. I wonder if this is this
you meet
year.
various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you
That's
doing?
cool.
Need foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest Trolls across the game.
The tone shift
And
goes
of course,
crazy.
there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esquier is that powerful?
I don't know the name of the game, brother.
And
We're
help you travel
reacting to a
secret corners
showcase.
of the world. And if you bring him
I
back
would've
his special
answered you
stones,
if I knew it.
You can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world. And
You
find
can
exciting
rewind.
secrets.
If you open the stream, you can rewind. I think they said the title earlier.
Everyone has their
I'm sure
own
they'll say it
reason
at the end.
for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and
It's a
resolution
game
that we
showcase.
think
They're showing a
players
lot
will
of
really
games.
connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction. Which gives
So
combat
Persona
greater
with
intensity and
QTEs.
dynamic. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right
Oh,
time.
that's cool, actually.
But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up
Surprise,
with a
surprise.
formula that we're proud
JRPG
of.
players
who are
suck
good
at
real-time
games.
can take more risks,
Who could
and
have
others
guessed?
can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
I love the UI.
We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable. So
this
that
is
everyone
like
can have fun
probably
with
the
how they play the
first
game. Each character has a
turn-based.
unique mechanic.
I'd say this is like the first RPG I've seen, like turn-based RPG, that's actually even close to the level of Persona in terms of just overall polish and presentation. Persona just has such insane levels of polish when it comes to their UI design, animations, just every single thing. This is probably the first one I've seen. I don't even think the Final Fantasy games come close to Persona, to be honest. Like, I think Persona is in a league of its own. This is the first time I've ever seen, like, Western. Obviously, it's not really Western because it's French. But you know what I mean, like, not Japanese.
Melee switches between stances, which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina.
Holy
Every character
fuck.
has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So
Holy
there are tons
hell.
of builds and playstyle to explore.
That is a
Needless to
lot
say,
of horseshit.
We can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of
You're gonna
builds
be
you'll
able to break
design
this game
that we
hardcore.
probably never even imagined.
Dude, that looks sick. It's like underwater. It looks really cool, man.
Our story is set in a French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is
Where the
an
hell is
early
this guy
area
from?
in
He
the
doesn't
game
have a
where
French
players can
accent.
enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought.
I
It's a
really
place
am
where anyone
interested in
could
this
fight
game.
you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestral Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary.
I like that
The ideas
language.
here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white.
This is gonna put
I
my
wanted to make it
5090
feel
to the
cozy,
test, brother.
hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in.
This is gonna push it.
Same
This
process
game looks
with the
crazy.
characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world.
He's so
I thought
cute.
instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically.
He's got that gamer lean. I trust him making
From
the
the very
game.
start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Please no random encounters. Please
And
no
it was a
random
real challenge to
encounters.
create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need Eske's help traveling around.
This looks really good,
We're
dude.
super happy with the result, though.
Please no
as
random
there's a lot of
encounters.
side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore.
Very old school Final Fantasy in that regard. Hey, Hatchrock, how's it going, dude?
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years.
I'm very
That's
interested in
why
that parry
we're
mechanic.
delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on
Oh,
Xbox
another
Series
April.
X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wish the game.
Wait, what about
and
PC?
Follow us for more info.
We
It's PC,
are
right?
super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story.
This
our
is a
world,
debut
and
game
our
is
take on the turn-based genre.
crazy, dude. This is
On behalf of
crazy.
everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Who's
Demain
tomorrow?
viendra. Tomorrow comes.
I think I'll be back from Japan on the 24th, so I might actually get to play that day one. I'm pretty sure I'm leaving on like the 20th or the 22nd or something of March, and then I'm coming back on like the 17th, something like that. Okay, lock in. It's Doom time. That game looks really good though, but it's Doom time, baby. Please don't. Please be at like a June or something when there's no games.
Of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games,
Doom time,
innovation,
baby.
craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with everybody. I am a little bit worried about the soundtrack. If you know, you know. But I have no doubt at least the gameplay is gonna be fire. The soundtrack might be lacking. We'll have to see. I am a little bit worried in that regard, but we'll have to see.
Of this latest
Gameplay's gonna be
installment
fire.
in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
This is the type of guys you want to see making your Doom game.
A look at our most ambitious game
Just
yet.
old,
This is
normal-looking
Doom,
dudes.
The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. The fucking mechs. Dude. Oh, my God. The fucking cape. The mechs.
In Doom the
It
Dark
looks
Ages,
so
you will
sick.
feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
Oh, I can't wait.
Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom the Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the
I want to see
series.
what they're keeping.
And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a
Like, are they
return to
keeping
form.
the dash?
So let's break it down,
Double jump?
starting with the combat.
The flamethrower and everything?
In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong,
Slower.
but still fast.
Okay.
A grounded combat system.
We got
with
the
an
super
emphasis
shoddy.
on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Ooh, we got a parry!
And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again.
Okay.
Just like in the classic Doom games. But
Okay.
it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new
Slower
mechanics to
combat is
master.
interesting.
Let me introduce you
No
to
dash.
the shield saw. Block. Throw. Parry.
Okay. Captain America.
Deflect.
Parry's got me,
All
bro.
from one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press.
Dude, you know
we
how to
want
make me
every
hard
Doom
with a
game
game is to
stand on
add a
its own
parry.
as a unique
Oh.
experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And
Yeah.
in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Okay. I'm down, dude.
And the shield
Interesting.
saw will give you the strength
The
to go
glory kills are
head-to-head with
very
some of
different.
The biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in. But that's
Oh,
not
I'm
all.
so
'Cause
down
if
for
you're
the
gonna stand
parry.
and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail?
The fucking flail,
Or maybe
dude.
an electrified gauntlet.
Ooh,
Or even
okay.
a doom spiked mace. That's right, we have
Where's the
3
big
melee
sword?
options that are part of a melee system.
Damn.
All
No
on
big
one
sword.
input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see
Oh,
fit.
no more
And it feels
animations?
amazing.
Oh,
You'll
wait,
feel
that's kind of an
unstoppable
L.
smashing your way through the horde with total freedom.
No more glory
And that
kill
seems like a
animations.
ton, but that's just 2 inputs. we got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet.
There has to be
The
glory
trigger.
kills. Wait, no glory kills. Oh, that's kind of an L. I don't know.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
That looks like an insane fucking plasma rifle.
Mean. Ancient.
Oh, dude,
torture
that's
machines
super shoddy.
Built to butcher, impale,
Oh,
and shred
the
minions of
ballista.
hell. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat
How'd they
loop
lock
for
him
Doom
up in the
Dark Ages.
sarcophagus? Yeah, this is probably going to lead into that. This is like when he was there for thousands of years, I think, just fucking shit up. For me, I think that new glory kill system is a little bit of an L. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. You can dash to the shield. That's kind of cool. So they have a little bit more platforming stuff. Eternal was very big on the platforming. The ragdolls look fucking fire, though. The ragdolls look incredible. Look at that dude, bro. He just sent him fucking flying backwards at Mach fuck. That was sick.
And under the hood, for the first time,
The
in
kicks
mid-game,
look very
we've made our
impactful.
combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players
Okay.
to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the game.
Some people won't like that. I think more options for the players is always better. This has always been my take. I don't think it hurts us turbo dweebs that play on Ultra Nightmare, right? I always play all of the games Ultra Nightmare my first playthrough. I think it's the most fun experience. It makes you like master every single mechanic at your disposal. But a lot of people want to play Doom and just like feel like an unstoppable murder machine killing everything. And so for me, I think it's totally fine to give more options for more players. I've never had an issue with that. I know a lot of people, they bounce back really hard on any sort of accessibility when it comes to their games. Obviously, this is a very big topic in some genres over others, like the Souls likes and stuff like that. It's a very big topic there. But in general, I think that more options for more players is always better. I don't think we should be gatekeeping video games or anything like that. I think all of that is cringe. If somebody wants to play the game and they want to slow it down and they want to just own, I think that's totally fine. For me, obviously, I'll be making it an insanely hard game because that's what I find fun. I want to feel like I literally have to master every single mechanic at my disposal in order to beat the game. Which is exactly how I felt with Eternal. I died a shit ton in Eternal, but by the end of Eternal, I felt like I was a god. Like I had just mastered everything, all of the weak spots, perfectly managing the fire, for armor and the chainsaw for ammo and ammo management and quick swapping and animation canceling, I really, really enjoyed just mastering every single mechanic. And even by the end of the game, I was like, Ultra Nightmare is kind of easy. Like I could do the I don't remember what it was called, if it was Ultra Nightmare, but they have like a permadeath mode, and I could do that without breaking much of a sweat. So yeah, I'm totally a fan of this system. Like, allow people to make it as hard or easy as they want. It's not like it's a fucking PvP game or something like that. No, Hedgehog, I didn't think so. I thought on the hardest difficulty, it was more than playable as long as but you had to learn enemy move sets. You had to master the movement. You had to keep a really good balance of all of your resources. I thought that they did a really good job with it. I think there was one fight that was optional. That was one of like the combat trials that I thought was horseshit. But other than that, and it was mostly just because of the time constraint on it. With the higher HP pools, it made it very difficult. But also, something important to note about Doom games is they're way, way harder on console. If you play console on these games, like, your experience is significantly harder than it is on PC, because you don't have very easy, like, reliability to do quick swapping and animation canceling like you do on PC. So, like, on PC, a great example in Eternal is that you want to swap between, you want to, like, shoot once with your railgun, then you want to swap to the rocket launcher, shoot once, swap to the super shoddy, shoot once, like, and you want to do all of this in a very short span of time. So you could just, on PC, you could bind all of that to your mouse buttons, which is what I had done. So I could just animation cancel everything super instantly with the mouse buttons. But on console, you can't do that. You have to, like, open up a menu, and it's just a lot clunkier. So maybe the difficulty was much harder on console. I can't speak for that. But on PC, I thought it was, like, a good balance.
Play doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat system,
I don't know about the flying dragon.
And tons of fun.
I feel like that might just feel like the Halo levels where you're forced to get in the Hornet and shit, but definitely the mech looks sick.
More than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages.
I wonder what they're doing for the multiplayer mode.
Take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond.
That's
and
fucking
through
sick.
exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered.
I feel like this game's gonna be really good, but for me, I don't think it's gonna hit the level of Eternal.
You'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom
The
game.
movement feels a little like
Discovering
on
secret
rails,
caves
if that makes
and
sense.
dungeon-like mines.
Like when you
in
do the
search
dash,
of
it's like
vital
near
resources. You control the pace of the game.
Swimming.
Where you go.
The fuck?
Who you fight. And the objectives you pursue.
Looks really good though.
It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
The fuck? Hop in the mech, Billy boy. Hop in the mech.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures.
Yeah,
will be
who's making the
composed by
soundtrack?
The award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal
Finishing
soundscape that's
Move.
loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding
What have
the
they
legend
worked
of
on?
the Slayer with every mission you complete.
Finishing moves.
And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you...
They worked. So these are the guys behind Callisto Protocol, Grounded, Borderlands 3, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Crackdown 3, Halo Wars 2, and Massive Chalice. Did those games have good soundtracks? I mean, I've played a lot of those games. Those soundtracks didn't really stick out to me. Their most notable is Callisto Protocol. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments.
Cool.
It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
So yeah, it's gonna end with him getting entrapped. Yeah, it looks good.
10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom the Dark Ages releases...
May. Okay, we don't really have anything in May, thank God. April and May. Microsoft's going kind of hard. And I'm down because there's not anything in April and May. So, okay. I'm down.
I cannot move.
Is that it?
This is so like
All right. That's it. Overall thoughts. I mean, they didn't show a lot of games, but you know what they did show, I think looks pretty good. I think obviously the weakest one here is what's it called? South of Midnight or whatever. Like Ninja Gaiden 4 looks really, really good. The fact that they have platinums is kind of crazy. This game definitely South of Midnight. This looks like the weakest. I don't think it looks bad, but for me, it hits me like a Flintlock. Like Flintlock Siege of Dawn from last year, which was another Microsoft game, where you know, I played it and I was like, it strikes me as like a 5 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10 or something if the soundtrack is really good. The soundtrack seems cool. Enemy design seems cool, but the actual combat looks very cookie cutter. And nothing that I really saw from the story seemed that interesting. So we'll have to see, but this looks pretty like eh. But everything else, like Ninja Gaiden 4 looks fucking fire. It looks really good. This game, what is this game called? Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Terrible title. Such a bad title. But this game looks really, really good. Like surprisingly so. And the story is like very interesting. Like there's this random like SCP type entity that is they're like painting days, like they're counting down days, and everybody older than that age that they're painting down just dies. It seems really, really interesting from a story and a world perspective. The gameplay looks really good. But yeah, we'll have to see like how the game actually plays out, because all they really did is they told us the general story. They showed us that there's going to be like an overworld map like the old Final Fantasy games, and that was about it. So we're going to have to see, like, is there romancing with your companions? What character are you primarily playing? Because it seems like you're kind of controlling everyone, but who's the main character? Is it this guy? I'm guessing, but I don't really know. They showed about all of the characters equally, so we'll have to see. But this looks like surprisingly good for a studio's first game. Very, very surprisingly good. Really interested in that. I'm not really the biggest like JRPG enjoyer or anything, but everything that they showed here looked really impressive. And then Doom, Obviously, I'm going to play this. Obviously, I'm super excited for it. I love the Doom games. I'm not the biggest fan of them slowing the game down. For me, that was what I really liked about Doom Eternal. Like, I played Doom 2016. I loved it. And then I played Eternal, and I was like, oh, this is just so much better. Like, I loved it infinitely more. I tried to go back to Doom 2016, and it felt like criminally slow. Like, I almost unplayably slow without the dashes. Like, the dashes are the main thing for me that makes it feel like so responsive in Eternal, is the ability to just have these dashes where you can instantly go to the side. It leads to so much like fast-paced gameplay. And then that as well with all the platforming stuff that they added. So we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see, because if this is, they called this specifically like their slowest game. So if this is slower than 2016 because it's supposed to be more like I'm a tank, I'm taking damage, you know, I'm parrying. Like, the parrying is cool, but I guess we'll have to see when we play it, because like this speed looks, I mean, it looks really fucking slow to me. You know, as the person that really liked Eternal and like that crackhead speed. Because yeah, this is Doom 2016 and it was just so slow. Whereas Eternal, you're like grapple hooking on, you're flying around. So we'll have to see how it is. I have no doubt that the game is going to be really good. It's just, for me, I don't know if it's going to hit those levels of Eternal, you know? But I have no doubt that the game is going to be great. I'm a little iffy on the flying sections. You know, like, I don't really play Doom to fly around. I don't know if I can find that, but like, the mech stuff looks really cool. I don't know about the flying around on a dragon part. That part seems a little like, And they said it's something you do multiple times as well. But when I say you look like very on rails, like, look at this dash. This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at the dash. You see how it just looks a little weird. It looks very like on rails almost. It doesn't seem like it has that free form movement that Eternal had that felt so good. But yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see. Underwater is crazy. Like, that's pretty insane. Pretty interesting to see that. But I do like the mechanics at play here where like certain attacks are parryable. You want to go up and like parry those attacks to maybe create openings. I think that's really cool from like a design POV. One thing they didn't show at all, I'm assuming is still going to be in the game, but maybe it's not, is the weak points. So in Eternal, they added the ability to like shoot these weak points with certain weapons and certain abilities, and then it would essentially handicap those enemies and make it so they couldn't use those abilities anymore. And this was very important on the higher difficulties, because like if you were fighting the spider bot, you wanted to take out that cannon as soon as possible. Or if you were fighting the dudes that flew around, you wanted to take off their rocket launchers like as soon as possible. They didn't show it at all in this gameplay. So I don't know if they've taken that entire mechanic out or if it's still going to be present. There was some footage where they were fighting. I don't know if I can find it, but there was some footage where they were fighting one of the spider dudes and his gun was glowing. So that is what happens when you, in Eternal, when you can shoot the gun. Yeah, right here. See how the gun is glowing when he's shooting it? So that does happen in Eternal to show that you can shoot the gun. So that's why I'm assuming that that's still going to be a mechanic, that you can still like take out their weak spots, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, yeah, a really good showcase. I'm super happy none of these games are in February or March, because obviously like everything is coming out in February and March. So it's nice that these games are coming out a little bit later. We have April and May. April is 2 of them, I think, and then May, and then I think Ninja Gaiden. Was Ninja Gaiden just fall? I think they said. I don't think they said like an exact date. I think they just said it's coming fall, but the new one Maybe I missed it. Yeah, fall of 2025. Okay. So Ninja Gaiden is coming in the fall, which is nice. But yeah, overall, really, really, really good. I am a fan of everything that they showed. What do the comments think? Ninja Gaiden 4 looks so promising, super excited. Team Ninja had the greatest comeback like Doom in 2016. Doom 2025 misses Mick Gordon. Yeah, that's a little worrisome about the soundtrack. I don't know. I just looked up those guys. They haven't really worked on anything all that interesting. Great job to all the teams. All the games look really promising. Wow, no comments about DEI yet. I'm surprised. Consider me surprised. I thought for sure I'd be seeing the DEI comments about the South of Midnight. Ninja Gaiden looks incredible. All of these look great. Expedition 33 has my attention. Art director at South of Midnight looks incredible. Kudos to the team. It's a little pug. As much as I love Doom, it's long past time we got something new in the Quake franchise. Quake in this engine. True, dude. I would like to see Quake. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black has me more excited than Ninja Gaiden 4. Yeah, I'm going to have to play through all the Ninja Gaiden games in order to get ready for 4, I think, and that's going to be pain. I've never beaten a single one of those games. Doom and Ninja Gaiden, let's go. Time to get the younger brothers in the new classics. The shift of tone, cinematics, and soundtrack between South of Midnight and Expedition 33 is crazy. It seems like people like it. What about the Oblivion remake or remaster? This is why you don't trust comments, because this guy says it exists, but it's a mod, and this guy says doesn't exist. Both of these guys are wrong. It's literally officially confirmed that Oblivion is being remastered. So, this is why you just don't trust things you see in YouTube comments. Like, I feel like 98% of people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and they're just straight up lying. Yeah, the Oblivion remaster is actually, like, we should be seeing that this year, if not very beginning of next year. Very solid lineup. Todd, you know what I want, though. Less CG trailers, more of this. I agree. So excited for South of Midnight and Expedition. South of Midnight, seems like people are actually hyped for it. It's awesome to see, man. I just want the Oblivion remake. You play it for 1 hour, then move on to the next thing and complain about. So fucking jaded. All right. I guess people really thought they'd see the Oblivion remake. Kind of surprised. We're never getting Elder Scrolls 6. Bro, anybody that thinks that they're getting Elder Scrolls 6 this year is like huffing crazy copium. I'm like, dude, Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming out until like 2027 probably. It's so far away. Like, we'll get the Oblivion remake, and then we'll probably also get the Fallout 3 remake, because we know they're working on both of those before we get Elder Scrolls 6. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good conference. I enjoyed it. I think they showed all good stuff. Like, South of Midnight doesn't seem that crazy to me, but obviously I'll play it and we'll see how it shakes up. I think a couple of those games, though, they're coming out when I'm going to be in Japan. So I'll have to add it to the list of games I'm going to have to catch up on, because I think there's a couple stuff coming out at the tail end of March as well that I'm going to be obviously pretty busy in Japan. I won't be able to play them. So I'll have to come back. I'll play these games I missed in March, play the games I missed in April, and then hopefully be able to catch up in time to play some of the other stuff that's coming out now in May. We'll kind of just see how everything shakes out. But that's going to do it for this stream. I am going to go live in probably about 10-15 minutes. We'll be continuing the Fallout 4 playthrough, my first ever time playing through the DLC. So I will see you guys there. But just in case anybody wants to see my reactions to any of this stuff, I'm going to keep it a separate stream. So thanks everybody for stopping by. I do indeed appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And like I said, I'll be live in like 10-15 minutes with some more Fallout 4. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.